Element Games Wargaming Web Store is committed to bringing you the best customer service experience possible. Make Element Games number one for all of your gaming and hobby needs.
Hello and welcome to episode 282 of Muse on Minis.
Musing and amusing.
This is Josh, and I play Mercs.
This is John, and I play Protector Domenoth.
This is Kieran, and I'm an idiot.
This is Chad, and I play Trolls.
This is Keith, and I've most recently played Signar. News and announcements. Here we are at the World Team Championship in the Netherlands.
Live, if you're watching at 4:30, p.m. back
I
home.
mean, that's a reasonable time
That's
for
reasonable.
somebody
Yeah,
to be
this
watching
isn't like
Twitch.
the stream tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
People are actually awake now.
Yeah,
No,
peop-
because they would have to follow our Facebook account and click on the Twitter link, and that's not happening.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there's like
Yeah,
5 people
or the
watching.
Twitch.
It's nice.
There are 5 people watching.
That's like 5 more people than watch Crippled System.
I hope you guys. I hope you guys are drinking a beer.
No,
right
sorry,
now.
4 more people.
Did Don Jamaris post it? Because most people will actually follow that.
That's true. If Don Jamaris would post, then we would actually get followed.
Keith, can you get on that?
What?
Probably.
You know the guy, right?
Don Jamaris.
I've met him.
Yeah, he's just right here.
Can you get onto him? Right? Can you get him to post this?
So obviously, here we are at the WTC.
Yeah.
2016 in Amsterdam. It's been a pretty fun day so far. We've been basically just spending the day setting up the equipment and kind of schmoozing and getting to know people. There hasn't been a lot of games going on.
And having tap water withheld from us by an evil staff at this location.
By some
Apparently,
Irish.
Some people are more bitter than others.
apparently, tap water is a limited precious resource in the Netherlands, which is really confusing because there's canals all over the place. But
Not very good. It's definitely not. Don't do that.
okay, all right, all right.
Man.
But yeah,
So yeah, we're not actually going to get to we're not actually going to get to any Warmachine tonight. We're just testing the equipment out, and we figured we would maybe throw together a quick predictions stream, knock out our next podcast, while we're out here. So
and we
doing
did
it
have,
live for you guys.
we did have an Irishman force his way onto the set. We
I
apologize.
abusively shouted at them until they let me on the podcast. They wouldn't give me a microphone, so they allowed me to hump Josh's back and breathe heavily into his ear.
Yeah.
You might need to speak up, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. They allowed me to hump Josh's back and breathe into his ear. It's better.
Yeah,
It's
no,
better,
it's
Chad.
it's
That's
better.
much better.
It's,
Thank you
Much
very
better.
much.
it's better
Yeah.
when you're humping my back heavily than breathing heavily. So yeah, I like
If you
that.
take
You're welcome,
this
audience.
and
You're
multiply it
welcome,
by
audience.
300,
That's
you've
what's
got-
going on.
You've
over
got
here.
what
yeah.
we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Everyone's humping everyone's back. heavily.
Yeah,
That's
it's been kind of a miracle that we've managed to keep this to just Kieran joining the game.
That's a
I was
fact.
literally the only person paying attention when you said it.
I think I might be drunk.
All right, well,
Is that a first?
No.
Real-
But it's not often.
In fairness to John, though, we had myself, the actual Don, Slovakian/Austrian John.
can we not call him
Don.
the actual Don? I think that until there's a Don off.
Well, I think the actual Slovakian/Austrian Don might win that because John might actually get assassinated.
Well, I mean,
We-
we'll have
we
to
don't
see.
know.
We'll have to see.
We're willing to take that chance. Either way.
No, we are not willing to take that chance.
We've taken the poll.
Well,
and
let's-
the internet has agreed.
Yeah, let's
that
have a
we are
vote.
willing to do this. But by myself, by the actual Don, and by everyone else here, I think John has had to take how many glasses of whiskey so far?
I don't know.
Many more than a single imitation Don should take.
Well,
Imitation.
if any of our listeners are old enough to remember the After Dark days, they will know what happens when John gets too liquored up.
No, that's true. We're pretty close to Pants-Again, so
If anyone's watching the stream, can you please post whose head is shinier, myself or Josh's?
it's definitely Josh.
I don't know.
It would help if you looked into the camera, too, when you... I mean, I know your voice isn't going to go into the microphone there, so it's a tough choice.
So, if anyone can tell right now whose head is shinier,
All right.
That's
So,
it.
definitely Josh.
What we were thinking
I'm
about...
turning it off. That's it. It's over.
What we were thinking about doing here is maybe some predictions just for what teams to look out for as we go into the actual broadcasting tomorrow. And do we have a time for that? We're going to be starting at...
I think the show starts here at 9:30 is round number 1.
9:30 Eastern Amsterdam time.
Yeah.
If anyone's watching the stream, they can read this.
There you go.
Pause.
If they pause and
screen
zoom in.
caps.
Zoom in and enhance.
So that'll
Zoom
be-
in and enhance.
So that'll be-
all TVs have enhanced.
Yeah.
So that'll be 3:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time back in the States, and then adjust your clocks accordingly depending on where you are
Are in
located.
relation to the United States. Yeah.
Captain's log. Amsterdam time.
So that'll be about when we start the pairings process for round one. Is that
Right,
Right.
right. And then all of these broadcast things are going to be going up on Twitch and going up on YouTube later, so you'll be able to catch it.
And I think all the information we have so far about round one is that we've got Australia on one side and question mark on the other.
I think it's.
Oh, we're going to be.
China
I didn't
on
even
the
know
other
that.
side.
We're broadcasting Australia.
I think we're grabbing Australia round one. I'm not
I think
positive.
Australia will be on your own stream, and then China will
We'll be on the German
Germans.
stream. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
that's right. Yeah. Page 5DE if anybody wants to watch the Chinese game.
So what did you guys think?
Simulcast
Have
some
you
streams.
have
Yeah.
you seen any teams that?
I suppose I've been here for the past week, and I've been in over at the German teams, and walking into them, it was the most impressive thing I've seen. So I went in there on Wednesday night, and they had 6 tables set up, and over the past week, since Monday to today, they've played at least 150 games, we think roughly, amongst the two
Holy
and a half.
crap! 150 games
Yeah,
of practice just this week.
just this week.
Wow.
But if you talk to the Germans, they say themselves that they think that Poland.
Wisent.
Yeah, the main Poland.
Yeah,
team from last
the
few
ones
years,
that won.
They're the ones that they're saying are favourites. So if the
Interesting.
Germans who played 150 teams before today, that's what they think.
But that's
that's-
just classic German.
That is
Yeah,
just overdoing it. Yeah.
It could be that. Yeah, but
Poland is the problem. Classic Germany.
fantastic.
Gotta get them first, then the rest.
Oh, nice.
150 games this week.
well, about average, like
So they showed up a week ahead of time, and they've just been sitting here
yeah.
practicing.
Yeah,
So
from
they're
what I've-
taking it very seriously.
From
this
what
year.
I've heard from talking to people around the event, it's the Germans that are the hungriest and have prepped the most. They've got like hundreds of games of Mark III under each belt
Yeah.
on their team.
that's fair.
After that, it sounds like the Australians have done a ton of prep work.
The Australians showed up a week in advance. They've been playing for like a week and some change, I think.
I think the Australians are well set to place.
Yeah.
I think the main
any of their
advantage
teams.
of this Australian team is that none of them have taken any selfies saying they're going to win the WTC.
I think that's a strong sign. I think that's a strong sign in their favor.
They also seem willing to stay out and have a few beers this time around before.
Only one or two.
Only one or two, and then to bed.
It's improvement.
It is
It's
improvement.
Massive
It's a social
I mean,
improvement. Yeah.
and we can examine the data from previous years when they weren't willing to have any fun at all. Karma came back on them.
Yeah.
And if we look at like 3 years ago, an example like a Jerry, that
Yeah,
there
that's fair, yeah.
you can take it too far. There's a
I don't think that's possible.
there's a point at which more beer is not helpful for your chances of
No,
winning.
shut up, Keith. You're wrong. You're flatly wrong.
I agree with Josh on this one. At all stages, more beer is
Is
more
always
better.
the correct choice.
Look at the Finns.
Yeah.
Look at the Finns, the most drinkiest of all teams.
the
and
drinking
they
crows.
won last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
That's
that's
true,
true.
that's
Fair,
true.
fair point.
Hermione was on last year's team. I'm pretty sure he was on the winning team last year.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure probably. He's from Finland, and there's like 5 Finnish
Yeah,
guys.
they
so-
all look the same. So
Yeah.
Well, I was happy to hear that the Germany gold team, or it's both Germany teams. Is that right?
Three
Germany
Oh, all
teams, yeah.
three, all three. My pick for just when we were looking at lists last week, and I was like, I think I like the German list the best. So, and I was just based off of gut reaction, but they're all very attrition-y, and in my mind, the more attrition-based you build your list, the more emphasis you're placing sort of on your own skill in order to progress the game through that very late game end stages. So, and I was like, that's very, it's very confident list building if they're building like for super attrition. So just to hear that they're taking it so seriously, then it's like, wow, that's I don't know. I'm marking them down as a strong,
I definitely think like the last few years, Germany has done fairly decently, but they've never been in the top 5 consistently.
right.
But I think this year they seem to have put an awful lot more effort in, so I definitely would put them at least top 5.
Right. And they've always gone like 4-1 or so before, like, or they've always like gone X1 before, usually only losing to. I guess I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure about that, so I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But
They've always done well, but they've never been top 30.
right.
Or if they have, who cares?
So
Fair point. Fair point.
If you're not first, you're last.
You're
That
right.
is classic Warmachine.
Classic Don's Warmachine. Don, do you have anything to say?
Quack, 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 quack.
Number one, I'm not Don.
Oh, right. I said John. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah.
I was curious for you guys if you had any like predictions. Like I've got a few that I've kind of made after seeing some people. Like for example, I think Minions is going to have one of the strongest factional finishes out of the group as far as a percentage of wins.
Now, I've been told by perhaps the premier Minions player in the world that they are still the bottom, if not second to bottom faction. in the game.
He will concede. Rock Hard will concede
That Scorn is worse.
that Scorn is worse.
The one thing I will say is that the so-called biggest C in Warmachine, who happens to be a Scottish player who used to play Legion, he was once called the biggest C in Warmachine, is now playing Minions.
Let me
That-
just
that says an awful lot. It's the Minions are better than Legion.
Thank you for censoring yourself, by the way. I know how hard that is for you.
yeah.
It's fine. What are you implying?
Well, that you're Irish,
Well,
but
and as
I
he
may have a
mentions
drink
that,
problem, I can censor myself.
Yeah. He's got children.
as he mentions that, talking to some British, Irish, Scottish people, there's a theory that apparently is originated in Scotland that there is a triumvirate of the top three casters in the game that counter each other in a rock paper scissors fashion, and they are not necessarily the three you would expect. Two
So
of them are.
Is it not Wormwood counters Madrak 2?
Madrak 2 is not on that list.
Oh, right. The Europeans hate
It's the,
Madrak
the
2.
Scottish.
She's bad.
The Scottish theory is that Haley 2 counters Wormwood, counters Rask. counters Haley
2. How does Rask counter Haley 2?
I'm not entirely positive. I think they might be high,
Was done for
but I'm just sharing some global opinions here on the cast.
well,
We
I
are in Amsterdam.
just want to say like I'm kind of hedging my bet a little bit,
Maybe different.
but we've got Fraser, who is an amazing player, Rock Hard, and Colin Hill all playing Minions.
And they're all playing Rask. And if you ask them like who are you playing, they're like Rask.
Yeah.
And they're like and
In
they're like
fairness,
and
Rask-
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I did bring over a minimum unit of brigands for Fraser. And when I asked him, did he want them, he said, yes. So I brought them over for effectively nothing. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, yeah.
He's the one
Well,
who's
that's-
running triple
Well,
brigands with his.
seemingly,
Yeah,
seemingly,
he's
yeah.
running.
So if anyone's playing in Scotland and listening to this before, they're not going to drop that list.
Nobody from in there is listening to this.
So,
They might.
No.
so to
M
talk,
No Myth 42 says he believes that Crix is also worse than Minions, which is almost assuredly.
I mean, I believe almost every faction is worse than Minions, but Rockhard thinks every faction's better than Minions, other than possibly. Scorn.
Rock Hard is one of the worst sandbaggers in all of them.
As a Scorn player, Minions are definitely better than
Yeah.
And let me tell you, speaking from experience, I know a sandbagger when I see one.
Let's just
Yeah, you do.
I
That's
do.
True.
John builds a whole levy every
You're
week.
like, I'm a pot. There's a kettle. I know. I know.
I'm
Do we-
not too ashamed of it.
Do we want to talk about this Raskless a little bit? Because it was sort of a revelation to me.
Sure.
So it's Rask, and he runs three of the lesser. So he runs the pig, and he runs
Russian
Dahlia
Brian,
and
Dahlia.
Lug and Brun, or Brun and Lug.
No,
No.
wrong
It's
natural.
it's no Dahlia.
No,
It's no Dahlia.
it is Dahlia and Scarith.
Yeah.
It absolutely is Dahlia
Oh,
and Scarith.
okay, all
Yeah,
right.
I know
yeah.
for sure
Yeah.
Ricard uses the snake.
It's the three non-star-crossed ones. Like that's
Weird.
And so the deal is that Rask can dial them all up, like pretty well. He can go plus.
He can Fury
what
them
is it?
all,
Plus
he
6
can
on
rage
any
them
on
all.
any given team. He can go plus 6 damage. So they're all capable of great output. But apparently, thanks to the way that throws work and also the ability or the spell Stonehold on Brun, you can essentially set up a situation where you have a Wrestler throw the snake. I think it's like 7 inches forward, and then
Targeting Brun.
no, you just throw the snake 7 inches forward because the snake can't be knocked down.
Oh, gotcha.
So the snake can't be knocked down, so you throw 7 inches forward, and then you have Lug walk up and two-handed throw the snake another 7-ish inches forward, and then Brian, because he has diversionary tactics, can walk 10 inches and with his 1-inch reach get up there pretty far and throw the snake another 7 or so inches forward. And so you end up with a 22-inch threat on the snake. Now, an issue is that Dahlia only has X amount of inches of control.
Yeah, she can only run 12.
And she can run 12, so she can extend her control 20 inches, which is pretty good. So often he won't need this. But a Rockhard was also talking about the fact that you can do this in other lists and throw like a squid or whatever, like a different heavy. And so Brun has Stonehold, which means that he and anybody in base-to-base contact with him can't be knocked down. So because you can pre-measure and you know where your throw target is going to end up, you basically stop another wrestler at the point where he throws the caster or he throws Dahlia far enough forward that they exactly contact Brun. And because they exactly contact Brun, they're not knocked down on the throw.
Right, because they contact him. He has Stonehold. Stonehold specifies models that are in base-to-base with this model cannot become knocked down. So where they would become knocked down, they hit him, and then they land on their feet, essentially.
Right. And then they can sacrifice their action and use their move to advance forward and maintain control. And then if it's the snake, then it's just like all boosted attack rolls into their caster that's been thrown like 22 inches up the table. If it's not the snake, if it's a squid, you still have like Warpath, and I think...
Yeah. And Mike from Scotland was telling me, too, that the only other, like, big...
Well, now we've switched to talking about Barnabas.
Barnabas, if you're not throwing the snake. Right. If you're not throwing
he was
the
talking
snake,
about
it's
the
a
snake.
Barnabas
He was
list.
saying, like, the only other tricky, like, aspect of it is that on the, like, you can fail the strength checks. It's very unlikely because it's all 2d6 in your 2d6 versus 1d6 in your favor.
Right.
Usually with a higher strength on the throwing model as well.
Yep.
So it's like those are all like 99 percenters. But you can you can theoretically fail them. And then the other thing to worry about is that the snake, if you manage to roll the same column of damage on the throw damage every time and you roll high damage, you could potentially knock out like one of the
Spirit
aspects. Spirit's the only really bad one.
Yeah.
Because if you knock out the mind, like it still gets all boosted attack rolls from Dahlia, so it's usually like it's almost like not
right.
Well, also you're going to be thrown into their caster, so they're going to be knocked down. So they're going to be death 5. So.
Yeah.
And then body is usually not that big of a deal either because
because the snake will be power 22.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's the general, like, that's a thing. And then when I was talking to Colin Hill about it, he's just like, yeah, that's a thing I can do, and I always unpack my army so that I can do it on the top of 2. But that's not necessarily how the game always goes because, people have now understood that this is what can happen to them, so they'll keep their caster back or whatever. But he's like, Rask just dials all these lessers up to 11 anyway. So you can actually
put
play
+6 damage on
you
whatever
can play
you
a very
want.
strong attrition list just based on these lessers and Rask.
But I'm just saying, if you look at Rickard recently at the Iron Moose tournament, I think he was running similar lists, and nearly every tournament or every round he went into was top of 2, would go for a flying snake thing, and I think he won. He didn't win the event, but he definitely got like fairly high up on.
Yeah,
Wow.
we'll be interested to see how many flying snakes we get to catch on this.
Okay.
That was odd.
we have to be out of here by 12 o'clock.
Apparently.
That run.
Apparently.
Which is what, 11 more minutes?
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
We'll cut it short then.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other predictions? I've got a few. But
I have one for this year's biggest C in Warmachine.
Is it really a prediction or is it just
It's a
known?
prediction.
I think it's just known.
It's definitely a prediction.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's hear it.
No, I do a prediction. I couldn't go into it. It's not peer approved. Maybe
enough.
by the end of this weekend we might get it.
Nice.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But in fairness, for me now, I would go in predictions very quickly. For me, I'm going to put Germany Sasha, whatever that team is on. That I would put that with my top.
That'd be your top team?
Yeah.
John, it sound like you had some?
do you guys have any thoughts as to who you think, which caster will have the best win percentage across the tournament?
Madrak 2.
So Josh goes with Madrak 2. Chad?
It's either Madrak or Wormwood. I mean, obviously, that's not really. I don't know. I'm going to say Wormwood.
See, now, the caster that's actually going to have the best win rate is one of them that gets played one game and wins.
Oh,
So
how
it's
about
a
we say it?
question of-
How about we
of-
say
it's
a
question
minimum of 7
finding
Play
one of them.
play to win ratio.
minimum of 7 games played?
Oh, you're min-maxing it, Keith. You son of a bitch.
They-
How about a minimum of 7 games played?
Madrak 2.
All right, so a
Wormwood.
caster with a reasonable number of plays. See, the problem is the Wormwoods and the Haley 2s and the like those ones that get the tons of playtime, they always come out with a fairly reasonable
it's a-
win ratio.
It's a fairly even
It's
split
the
between
surprises
level
that'll
and-
come get you. Like 3 years ago, Gristle 2 smashed onto the field and won like 85% of her games.
How many Arcadius players are there?
Gorshade 3 came out of nowhere and got a huge win rate the following year. So it's never the ones that people are prepared for that have the spectacular win rate. It's not,
Yeah.
despite Haley 2 being exceptional, despite Wormwood being exceptional, they're going to have win rates that are within the 50 to 60% range.
Twitch chat makes a good point. It might be Karchev.
It could be. There are a few Karchev and many.
And I've heard they're pretty good.
There has been some preparation for Karchev, so I don't know if I'm willing to go that
Yeah.
far.
The problem is the Mad Dog list isn't that great if you have a good armor cracker. The
Right.
problem is they only hit armor 14 or power 14. So
One of the Karchev lists I saw was just a smorgasbord. It was just like Ruin and Beast 09 and
that's the
a
scary
couple
one.
of them,
Yeah.
a couple of the cheapos.
Josh, does he pull your hair when he wants to talk?
Yes.
do I need to? Because I can.
Did that go out?
So
Fantastic.
my
So
my
yeah, if I saw somebody, and
Uh-huh.
there's a point here in Twitch chat. If somebody like Amana Draza had the highest win rate, I would not at all be surprised. It's going to be somebody that no one was looking for.
It's going to be Madrak 2. It's going to be 100%.
No,
well, that's not true.
the other thing about
we
the
all
Madrak,
agree with the Madrak 2 is broken.
the other thing about the Madrak Wormwood predictions, any of those top 5, Madrak, Wormwood, Haley, Irisk, is there's so many people playing them that you're just, yeah. I think Keith is exactly right.
But my argument is a scrub can win 100% of the time with Madrak 2.
Okay.
How about this?
I
for
mean,
a
I
question?
won 100% of my games,
Right.
so yeah,
Yeah.
it checks
Yeah.
out, I
How
guess.
about this for a question for the entire cast? Which Scorn player is going to be which Scorn caster is going to be the best caster? There's an interesting one.
Which ones are you playing?
Probably Naresh.
Xerxes.
I have
and-
Naresh and Xerxes 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
so not those 2.
That's
I think
That's fair.
I think Rashnath is.
I honestly think Xerxes 1 I think will be the best.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's really good.
A lot of people think he's no good anymore after he lost.
Somebody
Fury.
is playing. There's one person playing Makeda too, right?
That's Trevor.
Trevor.
Trevor's playing Makeda
All right.
1, and there's one Mordekar, or maybe 2 Mordekar players, but the most are Naresh.
And Naresh.
See, the problem
Xerxes
is-
1 or Rasheth.
Yeah.
None of those are going to have the games played on because there's one Makeda 3, there's
Yeah.
one Makeda 2.
Yeah. Isn't
So-
the Scorn player basically just the Throat of the Wolves player on your team though?
But that's the thing. Which one of those will have the best win ratio? That's the
Kira,
most
nobody
open-
cares but you.
Everyone cares about Scorn.
Yeah.
Everyone tell me I'm the
All
best Scorn player.
15
Every
people
one
care
of you
about
say I'm the best Scorn player. I'm better. I'm
The
better
Don
than
is right over there.
Who cares about
Yeah,
the
the Don.
Who cares
Correct.
about the Don? Yeah,
Anyway.
The
not
other
Don
Don is right over there.
No one cares about him.
It's a Don sandwich right now.
We'll all murdered.
Anyway, you heard it here first. I think that High Reclaimer will have the highest win rate.
You're going with a high reclaimer choice.
I do.
back
100% think
What a-
that.
What
Is
a
there
homer
enough?
pick.
Is there enough representation for him? To
Yeah,
get-
he's
Oh, yeah.
very.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of
clear
the
that.
highest played.
It's
metal
not
casters.
Resnick 2 because you're not playing in the tournament, right?
God, no, that's not true.
Is anybody even playing Resnick 2 in this
There's
tournament?
One, I think.
Oh well, that'll be 5 games one for Resnick 2, obviously.
No.
There's this
yeah, or 6 games.
There's
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, 6 games.
there's
I-
this guy named Don that's signed up to play.
It doesn't matter if it's done or not. It's Resnick 2, right? He's that good.
He's that good.
He's the Madrak 2 of Menoth.
No, he's
I heard
not.
he is the first caster in Europe.
He is not.
First caster needs it.
He's getting
He's
a
an
100.
errata. Oh, he
He's
needs
the
to get
most
nerfed.
significant
He gets
changes.
nerfed pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What are Cricks? Any decent Cricks drops?
Cricks.
at
I
all?
mean, the Cricks players that are dedicated enough to keep slogging through the crap.
I mean, Whaley's bringing it. That's my team.
Yeah,
this year.
that's my team too.
I mean that and the Belgians.
That's just because
Yeah,
they
but you're-
bribe
you're
you
biased
shamelessly.
massively.
Yeah, they buy me and they do it so well, and I love them.
I offered you Heineken.
You
Josh's
did.
love
offered
is
you
for
Heineken.
sale.
Yeah.
It's for sale for rare beer.
Yeah, this is
I
actually.
offered you
good rare
Heineken.
beer.
It's a good beer.
It's
They're exporting it soon.
Yeah, we've heard of it in the States.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. It's new. It's new.
All right. So,
Well, guys, unfortunately, we're gonna have to cut it short here pretty soon.
yeah, we got the venue is closing down, so we need to get up and get out. But we wanted to at least get a little live stream practice here, make sure all our equipment's working right, and maybe do just a little bit on the our predictions for the game. Is there anything that the Twitch chat would like us to predict real quick before we sign off?
We're going to have
If it's my receding hairline, I'll be.
to wait a little bit for the chat.
No,
delay,
I know.
but-
I know we'll have to wait for the chat. So, yeah, we can talk about your receding hairline. Sure.
You should like. Personally, I think it's fine.
It is fine.
Sounds good.
Totally.
All right, let's just stare at you while you tell us what we should talk about.
Me? Because I'll tell you what you're talking about. Clint.
The answer to your question is nope.
All right.
All right.
On the stream.
All right. Good.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else.
Yeah.
Top team.
Oh, how many
Quick,
pirate
top
jokes have we
country,
heard so
top
far?
Top country. Go.
Who's going to
Everyone
win?
forward.
I'm picking the Josh Bates, Aaron Whaley, Australia team.
I say Germany.
You're saying which Germany?
Gold.
Which one's that?
It's the one with.
It's not.
Christian
It's not the
Metz and-
Sasha. It's not the Sasha. Yeah.
Keith. John.
There's been a little bit of talk about. I'm going to keep my eye on the Polish team.
Polish Wizen.
They're
Poland
always
Wizen.
they're always the wild cards.
They are running.
always
Their
wild cards.
Minoth player is running Sam McHorn and the Devil Dogs in both lists. I'm super interested in that.
That is interesting.
So those games will at least be entertaining.
Yeah. I think I'm going to pick the Scots, which is not really going out on a limb, but
It's
They're
a
very-
strong team.
they're very talented players, and I think they're kind of due.
They have a chip on their shoulder too because they don't have freedom.
That's true.
Somebody should ask them why they didn't vote to leave the UK, right?
They love the Queen. But the problem with them is the problem with this here is Bryce is not drinking.
Yeah.
So they're going to be fucked.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. They're going to be effed.
Yeah.
Bryce is not drinking. They cannot do well.
Yeah.
That is an illegitimate law.
Yeah. All right. So John says Scots. I say Australia, Germany, Poland. Kieran,
I'm going to go with Sweden Noble
Sweden, Noble.
as a dark horse.
All right.
There you
got
go.
it. All right.
You heard it here first.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning on real quick, listening to us, letting us run a little systems check. Hopefully, we were entertaining here for a few minutes for you. So,
We'll see you guys in about
yeah.
9.5 hours.
Yeah,
so.
we'll post up on Facebook again so you can jump on in the morning.
I'm
So
totally going to creep on the next podcast too.
do it. Do it.
Do
You'll
it,
be
do it.
playing
Every
games. You'll be
time.
playing games
I don't care. I'm
blessedly out of my
gonna
hair.
lose top of two every turn, and then I'm just going to come along and just jump into Josh's mouth.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been Chad,
Josh.
John.
Keith, and
Keith
Kieran.
And Kieran.
And Kieran.
No, you do not
The
get to be last.
person.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening.